So what if you could take any kind of content you've created to market and promote your business, right? Whether it's your website, whether it's a video, whether it's a long form PDF, right? With all the details about your service and offering. What if you could take that and then have it instantly created into an interactive 2-person podcast that's engaging, a lot of bantering, and highly entertaining as a new way for your prospects to consume information about your business? Hello, everybody. Brad Stevens here, founder and CEO of Outsource Access, offshore staffing firm in the Philippines, servicing about 85 different industries, and the host here of How Outsourcing and AI Works for Small to Medium Business. And look, we're always turning over AI rocks, right? All of us are. We're testing new tools and resources and so forth. And so I want to jump into this one real quick because it is going to be a game changer for us and hopefully something you can take away as well. So at the end of the day, when we promote and market our businesses, right? We all have different, elements that we use to market it, right? So like for us, we've got our website at outsourceaccess.com, right? So I'll throw them up here, right? So we got Outsource Access. This is an asset, right? That has written word on it. It has video. It has downloadable guides. It has different ways to interact. It has chat and so forth, right? We have by industry. So we service about 85 different industries, right? Doing marketing, operations, sales, customer service, all kinds of things in each of these businesses. And we're providing fully trained, fully managed staff like inside of companies, right? And I share this for context on why it's so important, how we're using this particular element that'll apply to you. And so just for example purposes, I'm going to use commercial real estate, right? So on our website, we have commercial real estate as a page, right? So on here, we have written content, establishing authority about our company, awards we've won. We're trying to, establish and address the DFCs, doubt, fears, and concerns that people have, right, about engaging with us. We have a pop-up here that people can download our guide. And so this is going to be key because I'm going to talk about this, right? So this is to download a guide that we have, which I'll show here just in a second, that showcases our services and capabilities, right? And so one of those is this here, which I'll add, right? And so this is our playbook, right? And so this is a playbook we've created people can download. So let's say you're a commercial real estate broker, for example, right? Or you're in property management and you're curious about engaging with us. You go to our website, you see this information, you see this guide that you can download, right? It's pretty hefty, right? So this is 29 pages, but it's super granular as people are moving down the funnel with us and they want to learn more, right? So in here, we talk about everything we've ever done for commercial real estate clients, right? Everything across marketing, operations, sales, very specific to their industry and their specific vocabulary to them, right? Because you want to speak to people, on their terms and in language of their industry so that they feel that you get and know them. Okay. So that's one of the elements that we have in kind of marketing and promoting ourselves. We got our website, we got a PDF guide, right? We have, presentations. Okay. So we have presentations that we have. So we got Canva presentations that we've done. And this one here, this is one of many that we have. And, when we start doing webinars and content or if we're speaking to, to clients, this is an example of a presentation case study, for a client that we're supporting in the, home and commercial services space, right? And going through and sharing all the capabilities and so forth, right? So these are all mediums of consumption of content, right? That we typically go to promote and market our businesses, but the consumer has to want to consume it on their terms and what they prefer, right? And so you have website people, you have video people, you have, PDF brochure detail people, but one of the formats people love now more than ever our podcast, right? And it's a vehicle and it's very nuanced here to really kind of capture this is, especially if it's kind of a podcast format of other people talking about your stuff and what you do, right? So there is a tool, right? It's by Google, you may be familiar, called Notebook LM, okay? And I'll add it to stage here. So Notebook LM, and again, they don't really market this product for really this particular feature, which I'm going to talk about, which I think is a big opportunity for them, okay? And so I'll add it to stage here. All right, so if you go to notebooklm.com and you go in there, set up an account, you can connect to your Google account or what have you, is that you can go and add, right, any resource that you want, okay? And so I'll show you an example. So I've already done this commercial real estate one, which I'll explain to you kind of how it ended up producing this asset that we're talking about. But if you're first engaging with it, right, when you go, it says, hey, upload a piece of content. And a major purpose of this initially is to allow you to load content that you can interact with. It'll summarize in audio format if you're busy and so forth. But one of the things it does is it'll take any piece of content and then turn it into an incredible 2-person podcast, right? Which I'll talk about in a second. But you can see here, you can upload, Google Drives, files. You can upload, a YouTube, a website, what have you, right? You upload it once you've uploaded it. So for example, I uploaded, okay, back to that brochure, this PDF. That's all I did. no prompts, no anything. All I did was upload this PDF guide, right? And so this is a guide that, again, if someone's interested and they're like, well, what can you do for commercial real estate? Well, let me give you 29 pages worth, right? So people that want to see, again, understand the capabilities of offshore staff. So, in this, it's got a brief paragraph about us, right? A little bit about our company. And then it proceeds to go in here and literally just goes step by step of everything we can do in commercial real estate. The task, and then literally the 14 steps that we've actually created and drafted this playbook and step by step for people, right? Across finance, operations, marketing, and so forth. Anyway, so I want to understand this piece of content that I've uploaded. Okay. So all I did was upload that. Right. And then what it did in Notebook LM is it gave a quick detailed playbook summary, right? So it knew the name of the file. It says this document outlines outsource access as comprehensive, BPO and BA services for commercial real estate, what we can do across administration, finance, yada, yada, right? So it's kind of giving a quick summary there. Now, one cool thing is I can actually start interacting with the content here, right? So I can act and it can ask questions and so forth. But right over here, you will see when you upload it, it'll say generate audio. And it gives you an option to generate this interactive two-person podcast, right? So here it comes. So after a couple of minutes, I think total max, may have been less than that, it all of a sudden generates this. And I hit play. So let me play this for you. Now listen, I want to play the first 2 minutes because I want you to listen to the interactive of both individuals. Okay, it's a male and female. I want you to see how nuanced and perfect this is. They're joking back and forth. And it's like they stumbled across this playbook that we created and they are doing a podcast on it. And they even named it themselves called the Deep Dive, right? Which I thought was fantastic. So listen to this real quick.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, your fast track to staying incredibly well informed. Today, we're really digging into something powerful, something that can unlock massive efficiency and growth for your business, especially if you're navigating the complex world of commercial real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about virtual assistants,
So you hear
but
that?
maybe not in the way you
In my
typically
voice.
think about them.
Right.
This isn't just basic admin help we're discussing. It's really about a comprehensive partnership, something that could genuinely redefine how you scale. Think of it as a shortcut, to being well-informed on a resource that holds some surprising depth.
And for
Hang
this
with me
deep
here.
dive, we're drawing from something really practical. Our source is this detailed playbook. It's from a firm they've won multiple awards, national and global, for helping businesses scale. They've even hit the Inc.
So
5000
read that
list.
summary about
And they
us.
did it with virtual assistants, like right at the core.
So this isn't just theory.
Not at all. It's very actionable. A real look at how VAs operate, down to the granular tasks. And these tasks can fundamentally change how you approach your commercial real estate business.
Exactly. And our mission today is to really explore that breadth, show how these specific tasks add up to a partnership that redefines scale in CRE. We're talking managing complex financial reports, even driving marketing and sales, the whole spectrum. So, okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with that administrative backbone.
So it's incredible. I literally just uploaded this PDF that just had an intro about our company and all the detailed tasks that we've done. And as you saw, it's interactive, it's engaging, it's banner, it's male, it's female, it's incredibly human, right, sounding. And they're putting nuance around it, right? They've created this whole little narrative and story, not just like robotically repeating what's in the PDF, but have taken it and turned it into a narrative and a story. And then and have turned a 29-page PDF into a 15-minute high-packed podcast, right? I'll also play a couple of more seconds here for it so you can kind of listen to it. But they basically go through and interactively, in an entertaining way, talk about all the stuff we can do in commercial real estate, right? So imagine, we're trying to promote our business and we want to go after commercial real estate brokers or property managers. And instead of sending them a PDF or pounding them to book a call with one of our staff or just purely sending them a page on our website and say, hey, John, I saw you're in commercial real estate. I thought I'd share a quick podcast called The Deep Dive, right? The Playbook Deep Dive of two individuals that are kind of diving in and explaining everything that can be done in commercial real estate with virtual assistants. Thought you'd find it interesting, right? Not a pitch, not a push, not an obvious kind of piece of marketing asset, but just sending them an interactive, entertaining piece, right? That they can then click on, listen to, and podcast. They listen to while they're driving, while they're working out, right? Which is how people like to perform, engage. And now you're moving them down the funnel from awareness. Now they're interacting with it on the terms that they want to, right? Not that they know is a predetermined sales piece, a website, a PDF that's always going to be showcasing the best version of it, right? But an interactive, engaging, right? So I'll play a little bit more here.
The daily stuff that keeps a CRE business running. It's more than just answering phones, right? It's about really robust document management, critical support.
Yeah, absolutely. And the playbook really highlights how VAs transform this. It's not just managing documents, it's digitizing and centralizing the entire life cycle, turning, a fragmented headache into something
Incredible.
smooth and efficient. Take managing invoices and documents. VAs handle collaborative login, set date ranges.
It's government data.
I click
Uh-huh.
through this, right?
Ordering and
Again, mind you, okay, this is all that I gave them, right? I uploaded this one PDF. Now, try it out for yourself. I mean, I've played around now. I just loaded our website up and they turned a whole podcast into reviewing everything and interactively about our website. But this has all the stuff that we do, which can be a little dry, right? But when people are engaging in what are offshore staff in the Philippines capable of, because they have concerns about competency and ability and detail and so forth, they see this. They've never even seen anything like this before in their own business. They haven't documented processes like this, right? And this is much lower cost than offshore staff in the Philippines doing it for them on a full-time kind of resource basis. But now I'm able to present it into a audio type format. And look, a lot of people that are commercial brokers, they're sales types, right? They're high energy, low attention span. Right? I'm not going to get them to digest a full PDF. Now, maybe the operations director of a big commercial, real estate, operation or property management. But for those that are wanting to kind of really engage in high level, this is a great entry point, right? I'll go down to the end. I'll let you see how they closed it out. Perfect. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, actually, you know what?
productivity, data quality,
My bad. I
compliance,
just realized I
outreach.
didn't add this back
Basically
there. Let me take it
transform
back because you're
I
not hearing it.
think
Let me
is
give
that
you
this
the
isn't just hiring an assistant, it's more like gaining a growth partner, someone or a
this is the
service
last like 50
actively
seconds.
contributing to your strategic goals.
Because what I wanted to hear is how did they close this out, right? So they had great intro, and during the whole meat of the podcast, they're just interactively talking about all the things that can be done. And right, and our target prospects, right? You want to enter the conversation already going on in their mind of like, oh my gosh, I'm dealing with those pain points. Those are big things that are overwhelming that they were dealing with. I had no idea. Like people in the Philippines and offshore staff, like they can do all this kind of stuff, financial and preparing underwriting reports and XYZ, right? All the stuff, right? Then it's opening up their mind. And I want to see how they closed it out here.
A VA with these kinds of capabilities, drawn from proven methods like in this playbook, can genuinely boost productivity, data quality, compliance, outreach, basically transform how your CRE business operates.
So reflecting on all these capabilities we've discussed, the admin, the finance, operations, HR support, the marketing, the sales, here's something for you, the listener, to think about. What single task, or maybe even an entire function in your commercial real estate business could be immediately transformed by this kind of detailed, dedicated virtual assistance? What could you achieve if that was off your plate, freeing you up for your highest value work to really propel your growth?
And that's how it closed out. 15 minutes, 29-page PDF into a 15-minute, highly interactive, engaging podcast interview that we can then host on our site, create a separate place to promote and advocate for it, right? So absolutely game-changing. So when you talk about practical application, right, of offshoring and outsourcing, right, how can you actually use it, an AI, right, into your business? This blends it together. So hopefully that's a tool that's helpful for you. Kind of turn over this rock. I want to show you step by step exactly how this works, how you can try and use it in your own business and create this interactive content, right? And think about training, right? I mean, if you got training that you're doing, we got a turf care company that's got this super like academic content about chemicals and so forth. They're going to take all of that and upload it and turn it into a podcast, right? For their employees to listen to hear this interactive engagement about chemicals, right? Which makes it much more engaging and entertaining. Now they're still going to have, the detailed piece as well that they got to review, but it's a way to get information to them in multiple ways that'll actually hit home and digest and drive engagement interaction. So hope that's been helpful for you. So if you are interested in the whole world of offshoring and outsourcing, obviously that's what we do. You can go to outsourceaccess.com and see everything that we have there, and hopefully download and engage some more podcasts that we're going to be hosting, putting these directly kind of on our website. And please subscribe to our How Outsourcing and AI Works for Small to Medium Business. Going to be diving into, again, real stories about growth, profitability, and scale on using blend of incredibly talented, offshore staff plus AI. 1 + 1 = 4. So check out, subscribe to our podcast, howoutsourcingworks.com. And hopefully you'll get some value from this and future ones that we're producing. And look forward to your comments, everybody. Take care.